Yo! What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? We have a reaction video to get to. Without further ado, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's do it. So we have today, has Audi ruined its best-selling car? Alright, let's see what we got here. Like, comment, subscribe. And let's do it. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Let's get straight into it. Let's go.
I've just got the new Audi Q5. I haven't seen it before, and you're going to join me for my very first look and drive of it, and I'll give you my expert opinion on this new car. Is it any good or not? We're about to find out. Let's have a look at this new Q5 then. I can tell it's a Q5, but it does look quite a bit different. They changed all the body panels. It's an all new car underneath the skin as well. I think it's probably more aggressive because this is the SQ5. Here's a quick look at the other ones now. I think the grille's got wider than on the old car. The lights seem to have got like a little bit more pointed and thinner, and they've got this nice effect here. I've just noticed this actually. They're sculptured now, the headlights. That's quite cool. I like that. Audi's always been a leader with headlights, and it looks like they're getting back into it with this new one. These vents here, on the old car, I'm pretty sure they were fake, but we've got a radiator behind there, but that could be just because this is the SQ5 and this one it's a side air breather, so that filters air over the brakes and wheels to cool them. So we've got some lower front bumper here. I like this. They've actually integrated the autonomous driving tech and like the sensors in the lower part of the bumper rather than being in this part of the bumper like many manufacturers do. That looks way better. I'm not a fan still though of Audi's new logo. It's just, I don't like what they've done with the rings. And then we've got the camera for the surround view camera there. Overall though, I'm liking this, and they've got some like indentations in the bonnet once again to give it a sporty feel. It's working. It looks aggressive, doesn't it? I'm gonna have a look down the side. Obviously being a new model, you've got new alloy wheels. I'm guessing they're going to start probably about 18 and go up to 21s. Is that right?
Starts on 19 up to 21s.
Starts on 19s, goes to 21s. So this particular car seems to have like black wheel surrounds and side skirts and mirrors and window surrounds. Once again, Jackie, that's because it's the SQ5. Yeah. Is it silver on the other models, I guess?
Silver on the first two trim levels, yeah.
I think it looks better in black. Now, one of the things that I didn't like so much on the old Q5 was like this sort of like wavy effect over the wheel arches. They've got rid of that completely here for this new model. It's just sleeker, it's just smoother. I'm pretty sure the glass area is slightly less, which does look good on the outside, but that could be a problem when we get inside. We're going to find out about that in a bit. Let's have a look around the back. Haven't seen the back of this car yet. The last Q5 looked good from the rear. This is better though. Wow, I really like the design here on this light. This full width light bar. It looks pretty cool, illuminated. And oh yes, the previous Q5 used to have fake exhaust. This one, these are real. Look, properly real exhaust. That is so much better. And once again, because this is the SQ5, it's got quad tailpipes. Don't know why we've got a UK badge there. Obviously someone who's had this car before me has taken it abroad. Overall though, I think they've done a good job with this design. They've improved it, made it look more desirable. I'm liking this. This bit actually reminds me a little bit of the Mercedes GLC, but overall, do you agree with me? It looks better, doesn't it, than before? I think this is looking nice. Well done, Audi. I've just noticed something else from back here. Brake calipers, this being the S model, but they're red. I'm guessing these are in black normally. They're in black, aren't they? Yeah, black. This is what it looks like in normal trim. Not quite so cool. Actually, I'm not so sure whether I'd want the red brake calipers. It kind of doesn't go with the car. While we're on the subject of colours, this Q5 has another problem. The only body colour you get as standard is...
Hold on, chat. Hold on. Hold on.
white, and other colours cost at least £750 extra, and that's annoying. But will anything else annoy me about the interior?
This may be the last ad you ever see, because with the free ad block extension from Capital One Shopping...
Oh, a good beeping sound because the ignition's on. So there's a lot more tech going on in here. Let's see how intuitive this is. I'll tell you what, it's pretty quick. Right, navi's there. That's nice. Yeah, it's zippy enough. There's your car stuff. Oh, massage. This one has the massage seats, obviously. So this all seems fairly easy to use. There is one thing though, I can see that Audi's really tried not to copy BMW. I mean, BMW has like this long screen.
Bro, yes, bro. I said the same thing, bro. I was gonna say the steering wheel. Like it looks exactly like this.
But Audi's given theirs a...
See? It looks exactly like it. I was just about to say that.
Slightly different shape and added huge amount of bezel, so it's not just square.
But I kind of don't like this there. If this was at the bottom of here, that would be nice, cause it's gonna be like you're gonna be having like 3 screens up on top rather than just put this at the bottom and then just have this there. That's what they should have done. They should have put this at the bottom, and then these two here, and then boom.
BMWs. Was it worth it? Well, you can find out by checking out my review of the BMW X3 by clicking on the pop-out banner appearing in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or scan the QR code on screen now. We've got a digital driver's display here as well. But then we've got this. Old car had physical buttons on the steering wheel. This one has this single panel which has all the buttons through it, so it's like a rocker button. The reason they do this is because it's cheaper than individual buttons. Also, are they touch sensitive at the same time? I'm not sure. I don't like these setups at all. They're just not great. Digital driver's display is as good as ever. The graphics are sharper than before. Maybe they're a little bit dark. I don't like the colour scheme quite as much as in the old car, but they are definitely sharper. We've got a heads-up display there as well. That's useful. Once again, Ben, that's an option.
On the Q5, yes, not on the SQ5.
Not on the, okay, so you get this as standard on the SQ5, the heads-up display, but on the standard car you have to pay extra. Now let's check the quality. So that feels nice. I quite like this. Once again, this is SQ5 trim. Now let's go a bit further down. Then it gets scratchy down here. This is a big piece of plastic. I don't think these bits feel quite as nice as in the old car, but the design is pretty funky. Not sure about this though. I don't know why they fit these screens for passengers. I just really don't get it at all. Once again, it gives you full access to the infotainment system, so you can like go through all the different stuff and program the Navi, so your co-pilot can do that for you, but they could just reach across and use this screen. And they're not going to be watching anything on here, are they? Because they're just going to go on their phone. Speaking of which, big wireless charging pad there. Will it fit my slightly weird shaped phone? Yes, it will. And I can see there's vents, so it's cold. And we've got two USB-Cs there as well if I need those, and an old-fashioned 12 volt. Oh, that brings me on to another thing. Most people are just going to connect their phone to the car, so let's just see what it's like. It'll do it wirelessly, but I always find it easier to just connect for the first time using a cable. And there we are, we're into Android Auto. Let's just have a look-see. Fairly wide screen. That's a good system for Android Auto. Sometimes you get a little, part of the screen operating, but this is fairly widescreen. Will it display in there? Let's just set a destination. It just does the directions. It doesn't have the actual mapping. Why don't you show the mapping? I want the Android Auto mapping in there. This makes no sense because you could use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay maps through the driver's display in the old R8. So why hasn't Audi included this feature on the new Q5? It wouldn't require any changes to the interior design, just a software update. Ultimately, by filling the cabin with screens, Audi has got rid of the old car's physical climate controls. Now there are only a couple of real buttons left. You have your drive select there for your different driving modes and your traction control off, plus the all-important starter button, which is surrounded in red for this S version. This area here, we've got your drive select there. It's quite neat and tidy, that is, and we've got some cup holders. Let's try them out. So Jack, can you pass me some bottles, please? Let's go for normal size here. I quite like the location of this because then it doesn't get in the way of your drive select. It's like to one side. Let's go into here. Got some storage in there. Oh, and you can alter the height of the armrest. That's good. That actually feels quite nice and expensive, to tell you the truth. It's nicely damped. Let's just try this while we're at it. Yeah, and the switches are nicely damped as well. Okay, carry on with the practicality. Glove box is a reasonable size, and they haven't scrimped out on the lining. You still get a lining in the glove box to stop things rattling about. Door bins. Let's go for the big bottle. I think it's going to fit. They're not going to mess that up. There's actually loads of room for even more in there as well. Look, can we squeeze that one in? And then there's the secret cubby space there. Although not so secret now because I've just shown it to you. I'm not so sure about the plasticky feeling, some visors, but the vanity mirror is all okay. It does just seem a little bit more flimsy than the previous car. Let's just try the driving position. It's still an electrically controlled steering column like before, which is nice. It's slower than just moving it. It's just easier to do if you're driving and you want to quickly fine tune it. Seating position is good. And these seats, which are the upgraded sport seats for this S model, are lovely.
Oh, sorry, man. You get sports seats as standard on all Q5s.
No way. Oh, didn't know that. And bonus, ISOFIX anchor points here in the front. One of the things that's good about these seats is you can actually extend the seat base as well. I'll show you on this one because it's probably a bit easier to see. I like that, but I don't like the logo again. It's just, I don't know what they've done. They've ruined their logo. And we've got a hexagonal steering wheel because we need to do something new here at Audi. And round is just too old-fashioned, I guess. But this isn't the only example of Audi changing things just for the sake of it. Oh look, I've just noticed something while getting out of the car. It's not a normal kind of door opening. It's electrically activated, so you just move that like that. And it operates as a switch, and then you can get out. Well, I think you can. Look, actually. What's going on? Is that a good idea? You have to get on it straight away because if you hold it, then pause, then it like locks again. Why didn't we just have it opening normally? What was the problem with just like the normal door mechanism? Tesla popularised these electric door releases with the Model 3, but I've never understood why manufacturers use them. You still have to fit a mechanical release as a backup in case there's an electrical fault with the handle. So overall, this just adds more weight, more cost and more complexity. I just hope Audi hasn't made any unnecessary changes in the back of the Q5. Let's see if this new car has the same features as the old one, which I really liked and helped set it apart from some of its competitors. Yes,
it's
look,
nice.
You can slide the back seats and you can recline them like that. It was an option on the old car. I'm guessing they've now made it standard. Is that right, Jack?
It's standard on all but the entry-level car.
Okay, good, that's better. Now in terms of the space back here, knee room's good, headroom. Well, we have got this sunroof and that does eat into headspace because you've got to have room for the blind. I'm okay, but I'm not the tallest person in the world. Also, when it comes to carrying 3 people in the back at once, I do like the fact you've got individual seats, but there is this big hump in the floor here, so that could affect things. Let's check it out now with everybody getting into the car. Right, everybody in. Let's shut the doors and see what it's like. There's not enough space on this seat because it's contoured for my bottom. You're all right headroom, but you like to slouch, and you've got all right knee room. So how tall are you, Jack?
I'm 6'3".
6'3". It's not ideal, is it?
No, it's a bit close.
Knee room's okay-ish. Jump out again. Actually, you stay there, Jack. Now you try it like that. So Jack is a big guy. Now I'm not there. Is it the headroom?
It is the headroom.
The headroom's not ideal for you. So I would say that you don't want to go for the sunroof if you're going to be carrying tall people like Jack in the back regularly. But you're probably not going to... I'm finished with Jack. Jack, you can now leave. Thanks, Jack. A few more things to show you. What we have here, 2 USB-Cs, heated outer rear seats there. We've got ISOFIX anchor points there, which are easy to get to, so it should be easy to load a child seat in. Let me just, those stupid door handles again. How wide does that back door open? Quite wide, but some actually go to 90 degrees. That's all right though, you'll be able to fit a big baby seat in here. We've got some nets on the seat backs, some big door bins. Can we have the big bottle, please, Jack? Let's check that it'll fit.
3, 2, 1.
They're trying any and everything to give me copyright, bro. Hold on. They're trying any and everything. It's crazy.
Easy. That's practical. I'll give you that back. And we should have, Audi's always do this, you get an armrest. Unfortunately, you've got your cup holders there, so I think these look a little bit wide, but let's just test it. Can you pass me one of the thinner bottles, please, Jack? Right. Yeah, look, I mean, the accelerator, that's falling over. That's not great, is it? Here you go. Right. But this is good. Where's the lever? There it is. Ugh. Through loading. They always like to give you a bit of through loading. That is pretty good and spacious, but if you think you need more space, maybe you shouldn't buy a new car. Maybe you should get a used car, because for similar money to this new, you can have a nearly new Audi Q7. To check out my full in-depth video review of that car, click on the pop-out banner up at. Is that one of the loudest like window blooming mechanisms you've ever heard?
Very loud.
That doesn't seem that premium, does it? No. If you want a quiet window, listen to this in a Lexus. It's better, isn't it? This probably isn't a deal breaker, but you know what might be? A small boot. The old Q5 had a decent 550 litres of luggage space, but can I guess how much space this new car has? Now, before we see if I can guess correctly, just a quick reminder, if you're thinking about changing your car, you should check out CarWow, right? Because you can sell your current car through CarWow. Just upload some photos, give a brief description, then dealers all across the country will bid on it, but you have no obligation to sell it to them if you're not happy with the price. So that's really cool. Another thing you can do is you can help and choose whichever car you need next. It's all very easy, okay? Right, now let's do this boot thing. But we've got an electrically operated tailgate. Yes, we have. That's standard, isn't it, Jack? See, more and more stuff is getting standard as the models are being replaced, which is a good thing. So this boot, I would imagine the boot capacity when they calculate it will take into account this space under here. So you can use that till now, but it's not that useful if you've got a big box you want to fit in the car, because it's not actually that deep, this boot. And I'm going to go for 500 litres.
So The SQ5 is 475 litres. The standard Q5 is 520 litres.
It's not uncommon for sporty versions of cars to have smaller boots. Sometimes they have an upgraded rear differential or a new exhaust system that occupies extra space, but this SQ5 loses out on 45 litres of space because it comes with a larger subwoofer under the boot floor. Now, compared to its rivals, this is how it stacks up. So it's kind of mid-table, but I like the fact that you don't really have much of a boot lip to lift stuff over, and you have this like metal thing so you can slide things in and out, though you probably will scratch that, which will be a bit of a shame. There's no storage in that side, it's just like electronics. In this side you've got a storage net and your 12-volt socket. Here we have the load cover, which is very easy to remove as you just saw, but oh, looks like there's space. Oh, exciting, but it's going to be a bit of a fiddle. Look, so you have to take that out. I can't be bothered taking that out. It's obviously going to fit this way. Come on, get in. That slots in there. And then this goes back in. That's good, isn't it, that you can store it under there. Now we can fold down the rear seats by doing this. Oh, it's going to do that thing where I'm going to have to do this or walk around, and then they lock into position. So that gives you a fairly continuous load bed that you can just slide things to the front if you need to. And this car has another feature as well. Look, it's clearly fitted with air suspension, because if I press this, it should lower down, and that makes it easier to get out. It's handy if you've got an old dog that doesn't want to have to jump too far. Slow though, this. Are we there? Are we there? We're there. It's better for my knees. But it's not necessarily better for my wallet, because this air suspension only comes as standard on the SQ5. It's a £1,725 option on the standard car and isn't available on the entry-level sport model. And this isn't the only standard feature reserved for the SQ5. This opening panoramic sunroof is a £1,600 option on non-S models. Now, I love a sunroof on a car, but only if I've got the car with a warranty, because if the sunroof fails it can be massively problematic. Wouldn't have one on a used car. But look at that. Wow, that's really good. The new Q5 comes with a 3-year 60,000 mile warranty, which is actually slightly worse than the 3-year unlimited mileage warranty you get on a BMW X3 and Mercedes GLC. But how do all these cars compare on price? Well, an entry-level Q5 Sport will set you back just over £52,300. That's a smidge more than an entry-level X3, but a few £1,000s less than the cheapest Mercedes GLC. This SQ5 model, with a more powerful engine, which I'll tell you about later, costs just over £75,500. That's about £4,500 more than a BMW X3 M50, but about £1,200 less than a Mercedes AMG GLC 43. But I'm just talking about list prices. Things could be different when we factor in the CarWow discount. Now the Audi doesn't seem such bad value. Let's just check the doors, because you want a premium car to have a premium car door shutting sound. Feels heavy and weighty, but it's okay. What do you reckon?
I think it's okay.
I bet it's not as good in the back because the door's smaller, so it'll be lighter. Actually, in some ways, that sounds better. That's a good old thud, I like that. Let's have a quick listen to the engine. This being the SQ5, it should sound good. Let's just start up, so foot on brake, press start. Get it straight into sports mode. Come on, sport, not balanced. Dynamic, there we go, that's what we want. Sounds nice, let's give it a few blips. It rocks the car slightly when you rev it, which makes it feel like powerful. Oh, it sounds better here. Yeah, it's really nice actually from the outside. Oh, that's really nice.
Not bad.
I'm liking that. The SQ5 has definitely just made a really good case for itself. Hey Jack, I just want to check something. Can we see if there's a soft limit? It sounds like there is, but it doesn't sound too terrible. Yeah, for Audi love a soft limiter, don't they? Have you got a different rev counter than that? I don't like this one. Is that it? Why have they done that as the only rev counter?
Yeah, that's it.
Like, why do you need a rev counter on both sides? Why don't you just do a proper... Audi used to do brilliant rev counters. Here's one in my old Audi RS4. It's that thing, they're just changing things for changing's sake, and it's just no better, it's worse. Thankfully, Audi hasn't messed around with the Q5's engines too much. So you get a good range of petrol and diesel units to choose from. This being the SQ5, it's going to use Audi's 3-litre V6 turbo petrol. So it's probably got about 350 horsepower. Is that right, Jack?
367.
Ooh, that's quite a lot actually. Other engines, there's going to be a 2 litre
Not
petrol
bad.
for sure, and hopefully they're still doing the 2 litre diesel. I reckon those engines are going to have about 200 horsepower. Is that right?
Both have 204 horsepower.
Oh, come on, you can give me that. All engines are going to be mated to an 8-speed auto, and they're all going to have quattro 4-wheel drive.
Quattro all-wheel drive, but 7-speed automatic.
Ah, it's the DSG, the dual clutch automatic gearbox. What I'm going to do now is just give you a little link in the top right corner of the screen, because after this video, when I've reviewed the car, I'm going to consider the entire range and I'll pick my favourite version of the new Q5, and you'll be able to find out what that is and the saving on it through Carwow. But if you want to just check out what that is, go forward in time, just click on the pop-out banner or scan the QR code. Audi is also planning to launch a plug-in hybrid version of the new Q5 very soon. It'll use the same basic engine as the 204 horsepower petrol, but will add an electric motor for a total output of 299 horsepower. It'll also get a 21 kilowatt hour battery that's supposed to deliver up to 62 miles of electric only range. However, even the standard petrol and diesel models come with a 48 volt mild hybrid system, including this SQ5. They'll use a 24 horsepower electric motor to give the engine a boost at low speeds and recover energy when you brake. But this can feel a bit odd at first. So it doesn't actually kick the engine on until you're moving. I'm not sure I like that. Look. It's actually driving me on electric power alone at the moment. It's a very mild hybrid. There, it's just kicked the engine, you can see the revs come in. Bizarre. Anyway, the SQ5 has air suspension as standard, and I've got it set up in comforty mode. Now, it's actually an option on lesser models, but it's an option worth fitting. Most people don't, because here in the UK people tend to fit options that you actually see, but this is one you feel, and you really feel it. It just makes the car feel more premium in the way it goes down the road and when you go over like bumps like that. I think the normal car's okay if you get, well, that's interesting. The brakes are really grabby. That's going to be part of the mild hybrid system. This is a common issue with many hybrids and electric cars. It occurs when the car transitions from regen braking to using the discs and pads to slow down. But the more energy a car recovers during braking, the harder it is to make the brake pedal feel natural. The old SQ5 mild hybrid could only recover 8 kilowatts of energy under braking. This new SQ5 can recover up to 25 kilowatts, which it then feeds into the onboard battery. And that's why the pedal doesn't feel as good as the old SQ5. So you have to be careful with the brake pedal, otherwise you end up kind of making your passengers feel uneasy. As with the old car, visibility is pretty blooming good. Great view out the back window, great view over the bonnet. This creates a blind spot there, but it's not terrible. Door mirrors, really, really big and really, really clear. Well, steering's nice and light. Easy car to drive, apart from that brake pedal. I'm getting used to it now. Pickup with the mild hybrid's pretty good though. You're not really having to wait for the turbos to kick in. You get a little bit of from the electric motor, just gets you on your way. It's very smooth, very easy. And it's cut the engine again. Look. That does help when you're just mooching around a village or town like this, because it's just silent. Though I do personally really like the sound of this engine running anyhow, so I'd probably rather leave it on and just pay the fuel. It's worth it. Okay, I'm going to do a U-turn here. It's going to annoy the person behind me, but we're going to see how manoeuvrable this car is. I'm wanting it to flash up the cameras, but there's a button down here. Where is it? Where's the button for the cameras? There. That's it. Pop them up. No, that's no. I'm going to have to whack it into reverse, get the camera up. There we go. That was actually the safety systems button. Right, can we get round? These markers say I will. That camera's a bit blooming jerky in the refresh rate. Look at it. It's like running at 10 hertz or something. But it is helpful. Though it's not as sharp as in a BMW. It's all a bit washed out and stuff. Easy drive in town. Feels nice, feels expensive, and it isolates you from the noises from the outside as well. I've got lots of air conditioning going on, so this is where it's a problem doing it through the touchscreen. So I'm having to look down, trying to like control my finger to hit that small icon, and now just, come on, where is it? Go off. There we go. It's too distracting. But this car was about to get a whole lot more distracting. Well, listen to that. There's a rattle coming from behind this dash. I'm telling you, the interiors of these new Audis just don't feel as solid. They just don't as before. How many miles has this car done? Just over 1,000 miles, and it's rattling like crazy from behind the dash. Sometimes these rattles happen when brands use less sturdy materials to save money. This helps offset the cost of all the extra equipment people expect in modern cars. For example, you get adaptive cruise control as standard on every Q5. But is this extra tech any good? Let's just activate it. Come on, there we are. So it's doing the steering for me, keeping me in lane, it's keeping me a safe distance from the car in front, set to 50 miles an hour. Look, watch this. It'll steer for me here. It'll steer me into a pothole, yeah. It's not that clever, is it? But, you know, it's pretty smooth the way it's following the lane. And it does just make driving easier. Right, let's see what the pickup is like. We're doing just over 40. I'm going to floor it in 3, 2, 1, go. Bit of a pause. That's quite a pause, but now it's off and it's so quick. Oh, that rattle's got even worse. What is it? I'll tell you what, a rattle in a new car is blooming dangerous because you're there like trying to identify where it is and not paying attention to the road. That's a real shame because otherwise, while I'm cruising along at 70, this car is super quiet. But yeah, this is a comfy, relaxing car.
It looks nice though.
Blooming
It looks
rattle.
nice.
Average MPG, well, let's have a look see here. Long-term memory, it's saying 23 miles to the gallon. If you're looking for a more economical Q5, the diesel is a much better option. It'll manage between 35 and 40 MPG when you're cruising. But the diesel won't be quite as good to drive on a twisty road as this sporty SQ5. So even with the suspension in dynamic, it does a great job on the bumps. Just smooths them out. Engine, when it's on it, it pulls hard. I'm going to launch it in a second to see just how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour. Right, I'm just going to drop back a bit, try it through these corners, just chuck it in. Oh, and it grips really well.
Yeah,
Good
it went
front
right
end
through that
grip
corner.
for a tour car. Now, if you want to, you can change gears yourself using the paddles. There's a slight delay when you pull on the upshift to actually upshifting, but when it is shifting, it's blooming quick. Downshifts are quick as well. Oh, and there's plenty of punch out the bends. Obviously the four-wheel drive system doing a great job of putting the power down. It's a fine handling car, this is. I reckon if you want to, you could have a bit of fun in this. Audi claims the SQ5 will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.5 seconds. But what's the reality? Here we go, left foot on the brake, floor the throttle, launch control.
Damn!
Wow. 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 It's quick. It's a 4.28.
4.2.
It's good that. Right, I'm going to do 0 to
that's
60 then
great.
into the brake. Let's see if we can get a better 0 to 60 time.
The front wheel spin. 4.2.
The exact same time. How consistent are
4.2.
Audis? And
That's-
the braking
that's
distance is
impressive.
36 metres.
That's
A bit
impressive.
longer than I thought it would be. So then how does this all affect my verdict on the new Audi Q5? Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it? In the case of this particular Q5, I'd say avoid it because that rattle is bloody annoying. However, let's assume that other cars won't have that. In that case, I'd say shortlist the Audi Q5. It might not have as high class interior as before, but it's a blooming lovely car.
Alright, that will be all. Chat. Okay. NCAA college football dropped. Well, if you buy the bundle today before 12, it is $147. So that was like a whole hour ago, right? If you buy that shit, you will play the game early today. I decided not to buy it. I'm not spending $100, bro. I'm sorry, just for me to play it early. So what I'm gonna do is probably on Friday, I'll work Friday and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to wait until Friday to get the game. And we gonna probably play it probably on Sunday, cause on Saturday you guys already know I have drag race Saturdays, so I'm gonna have that up for y'all on Sunday, the new college football 26. So in the meantime, tomorrow I will be dropping only 2 gameplays of college football 25, and those will be my last gameplays until 26. Because like it drops on Friday, but the bundle, it drops today. So if you buy the bundle today, you will play it early. But if you don't, you have to wait until Friday, which is this Friday. So yeah, I'm gonna wait until Friday, and then yeah. So if you guys are new, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new, like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for all the love and support on these videos. And I see you guys on the next video. My goal is to hit 1,000 subs by the end of this summer. If not this summer, by the end of the year. I know we can. So I love y'all so much, and I see you guys on the next video. Peace.